And we're live.
All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Mind Breakers, the talk show where we break your mind and your kneecaps. I am, this is my host, Kyo Kiosa. This is your co host, Fucko Scucko. How you doing?
What's up, guys? The way
What's up? So you said that you have some grievances to air out, right? Am I correct about this?
I honestly don't remember.
Didn't you have a list?
No, that
I thought you had a list of sorts.
no, that piece of paper was just the bio. The-
Oh, you still want to do the piece of paper?
no, that piece of paper was just that. Oh wait, no, the list.
Yeah, the list. Yeah, don't we have a whole list that you
The,
wanted to do? You have
the
a list.
yeah, no. How was your Christmas? What did you do on Christmas? Merry Christmas, guys.
Oh yeah, Merry Christmas, everyone. Yeah,
That's right.
because
Merry Christmas.
we're still in the seasonal ness, so to speak. Yeah, no, it was great. I saw my girlfriend. We did a bunch of complicated plans that I am very grateful for my family for actually following through with. And yeah, we took her home today. I was gone all day because we had to take her like halfway across the state. And I had to go to my mom's until she got back from work, and then took me home like about an hour or so ago now. I don't know. We've been talking for a while before. Called a warm up, you know. What'd you do, David?
I mean, like after I got off work, I took the bus over to the station, and
Hmm.
then I realized that the next bus that I needed to hop on wasn't going to come through for another like 2 or 3 hours. You know what I mean?
Ah, yes, you take the bus, eh?
So I called a Lyft. Now, the only reason I called a
Of
Lyft is because
course.
I don't know any of the local cab services. Cab services are always cheaper than Lyfts or anything of that nature.
Really, I thought cab services would cost more.
No, cab
That's
services
interesting.
cost less because they're small business and they want your business. So they charge
Oh
you
yeah, no, I'm
little as
thinking
they
of Uber, which is a annoying juggernaut. That's probably why I was thinking about that.
But yeah, no, they charge you as little as they can. So basically, where the fuck is my pillow? My back hurts so much right now.
Lay back, dude. You're supposed to break your mind, not your back.
Um, but basically, because they're a bigger corporation, they charge you a standard rate. Whereas if you go to
Uh-huh.
a local cab service, they are charging you a standard rate, but they aren't having to cover lawyers and all this other kind of stuff. They're just covering a couple cars and paying a couple people.
Right, yeah.
So they're getting all of that business and all that money going between just a couple people rather than having 40 drivers in like a 2 mile radius.
Yeah, I forget that a lot of them are startups.
So,
Wait, no, yeah, you had a didn't you have a person who gave you a tip on their taxi service before you left for Washington? You left the 48th, the great 48th,
yeah, no, my buddy
the
Jim.
state. Yeah, you used their cab service and it was very good, wasn't it?
Yeah, no. Um,
Yeah.
Actually, he was working for one cab service. It was his buddy's, and he had been there for 5 years running the business for his buddy.
Oh shit.
And then his buddy
Very
decided
smart.
not to pay him, so he kept working for a little
Oh,
bit, you
what
know,
a buddy.
with some faith.
Yeah,
Um, and
right.
then dude paid him like 500 bucks, and
Oh my god.
then turned around and fired him and called him all sorts of shit. So he started up his own business, and
I would too,
me
dude.
and
Like
I
what the
guess like
hell? How do you not pay
15
your
other
own fine?
people went with his business because he was one of the couple drivers from that company that we actually enjoyed getting a ride from.
Ah,
Everybody else was just kind of a dick, you know?
great. Yeah,
Like
what
they didn't
great fucking
understand that a cab
customer service.
driver isn't somebody that just drives a car, it's a customer service position.
Oh,
Um,
ooh, yeah. They need proper driver etiquette.
yeah, but because of that whole fiasco, um, he ended up making a whole bunch of friends that were his customers initially because we were all like, no, that's fucked up. Like, you help us out all the time. Like, why wouldn't we fucking help you out? Like, you're starting up a business. We'll just use you exclusively. And I was handing out business cards, sort of shit.
Right.
But I mean, like, I didn't have a car. Most of the time I was running late for work. He was how I got to work on time, you know?
Right, yeah.
So I was sitting there, I was
Damn.
like, you're offering me a better deal than what I'd be paying going through the other place. You're in a tight spot because of what they did to you. You've helped me out getting to work on time so many times. Why wouldn't I take that deal? It's nothing but a win 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 win, you know, for both parties.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he has been screwed over by his friends, so I mean, I guess why he would feel a bit betrayed, a bit abandoned.
Yeah, no, somebody needed a taxi here, and I had just gotten a card for a taxi, and I went to go hand them the card for the taxi, and I accidentally handed them his. So I wonder if he got a call from somebody in Washington about getting a ride. Or he's
About
just
a
like,
ride.
he's just like, I don't know any of these places. Like, where the hell are you?
Yeah, it's like when you get an Uber to drive you to the middle of the ocean. Oh no, it's like that GTA video where the guy had the fucking AI drive him to the middle of the ocean. He just skipped the ride, and he just literally ended up in the middle of the ocean, and they both got eaten by sharks. It was the fucking stupidest video I've ever seen.
Damn,
Yeah, it was awesome.
my legs don't work like they used to before. Um,
When you're laying on one, you know, move on. What are you doing for New Year's? Anything?
I'm working.
Oh shit. Yeah, I'm gonna be I'm off, but like I don't really have anything planned, so I guess I'm just gonna stay inside and get high all day. I don't know. What else?
Like playing.
Watch some reels maybe. Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe there'll be
no,
fireworks. I don't know. Maybe I
there
could buy
might be
some.
fireworks. I'm gonna be working an overnight, so I might see some out the window, but it's not like it really matters.
Some pew, 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 pew.
I mean,
Yeah,
the
that's
ball
true.
drops at what, like 10, 9?
Yeah. Did you get anything for Christmas? Do you get gifts still?
I was actually surprised because I'm not religious and I don't agree with gift giving, if that makes sense, because I'm not the type of person that is good at receiving gifts, you know?
Right, yeah, because of how you were raised or
Uh,
how you lived.
so like I actually had to explain to my sister like I'm grateful for it, you know. But I was like, it does kind of make me feel bad because
Right, yeah.
they got me a ratchet set. I guess they got it for like just over $100. It was on a steal. It's a full mechanics set.
Oh, wait, did she get you like a whole tool set?
Yeah, like a full-on mechanics set.
Ooh, that's useful, man.
Because I have the car that I need to work on.
Oh yeah, you got a car. Yeah, what do you got? What do you got? Tell us about the car, man.
I have a '98 Cherokee. Uh, but
Yeah, guys, he found a Cherokee.
well,
Yeah,
they're
he's nursing
thinking,
it back to health. That's gonna be
yeah,
his
no,
first car.
they're thinking that I have to do all this crazy stuff to it. And they're like, oh, it's jerry rigged and nobody's gonna want to work on it. Blah blah blah. There's two things that were done to it, or three. One, the
Right.
engine fan was not turning on its own. So I need to get a new
Yeah, there
computer
was
put
obviously some things wrong with it. Yeah,
in.
some parts, you know.
What dude did is he ran the electrical circuit instead of to the computer, he ran it to a light switch inside of the vehicle. So whenever you get in the car, you turn it on, you turn on the fan, you know,
Right.
so that your engine has coolant.
Yeah, so it
Not
doesn't
that hard.
overheat. Yeah,
It's not hard to fix.
that's what happened to my
You didn't
brother's
solder
car.
into it or
Yeah.
nothing. You just twisted it on there so it could be fixed later. You just untwist the wire, put it back to where it's supposed to be, twist it back on, and solder it. Not that hard, you know.
Mm,
The
right.
headlights, uh, the mount got burnt out, like the copper mount got burnt out, so he put those on a light switch right above the. Because mind you, he was doing a
Mhm.
cross-country road trip. He didn't have time to stop and take this thing to a mechanic and have it sit there for 3 weeks. You know, like he didn't have the money for that.
Right,
So
yeah. You told me that.
they put a light switch in there, and that turns on your headlights. Everything else works
Right.
perfectly fine. If I want to pop the hood, yeah, the button on the inside, I guess at some point broke. But literally all you do is he set it up to where you pull the wire whenever you're out at the hood. And it doesn't unlock it all the way, but it unlocks it enough to where if you pull a little thing on the inside, it opens. You know,
Right. Yeah.
nobody's gonna know what
I
the
get that.
fucking wire's for because it looks like it's there for decoration.
Yeah.
So
Damn. So you got some parts, eh? You got some parts to replace.
yeah, I'm probably gonna have to replace the fuel pump because it's been sitting there for a bit.
Ooh.
Fuel's only good for an
Oh,
hour
yeah.
on average.
You have to use that, yeah, or it'll decay.
Yeah, typically 2 months, but most of the time, by the time you get it from the gas station, it only has like a month left on it. Um,
Oh, wow.
that's if it's just sitting there. If you're using it, it can last a while. But if it's just sitting,
Ah,
it won't
okay.
last so long. But I'm probably gonna have to drain it and put in a new fuel tank and then put some gas in it. Or not a fuel tank, but a fuel pump because it's probably all fucking clogged up. I need to clean the fuel filter because I doubt that he did that, considering that it's stopping at the fucking red lights. Or not stopping, but shutting off while it idles at the red lights.
Right, yeah.
He was saying that there was some electrical issue with the dashboard, which I haven't encountered. And he said that if it does happen, most of the time it fixes by just turning on your right turn signal. Uh,
Really?
yeah, like it's a tiny
Huh.
little thing that got messed up. He just didn't have time to fix it or take it apart.
Oh, a tiny part?
Yeah, just like a tiny little wire is probably frayed or something. Um,
There are a lot of those.
and they're over here like, no, this thing's gonna fall apart on you. You can only get 5 years out of it. And I'm like, that was his estimate. He doesn't drive the vehicle like a normal person drives a vehicle. He was driving that vehicle like it was an animal that could heal itself if you put a band-aid on it. You know?
Yeah.
I was like, I literally just have a bunch of band-aids to take off, and then I have like just a couple root problems to fix, and then it's a perfectly working vehicle. And I got the thing
Okay.
for free. Or sorry, I got the thing for $100. Like,
Oh, you got it for yeah. I forgot you got it for that cheap. It's a bit of a fixer-upper, yeah. Have you checked how much the parts cost already? I'm sure you've done research already, I mean.
no, I haven't, because it's
Really?
I can get the
I thought you
vehicle.
were the type of guy to plan that.
I would if I had the money for it. Um,
Oh,
which is
shit,
why I'm kind of
okay.
pissed off that
I
my
didn't
paycheck
even know.
didn't come in because otherwise I'd be going in on Friday. I was going to schedule Friday off and go in and get it registered so that I could put the plate on there. I was going to drive it over to AutoZone because another thing that I got for Christmas was a $100 AutoZone gift card. Uh,
Ooh.
and then I was going to ask one of the guys there that works on cars, knows a lot about them, um, what I should do because I don't know a lot about cars. I know a little bit.
Right, yeah.
I understand the very basics of a carburetor engine, which is why I wanted an older vehicle because they're easier to work on. I didn't get one as old as I wanted. This one still has a computer in it. It, it's still more complicated. It's just not anywhere near the level of like a modern day car, you know.
Yeah.
Um,
Really? So it has some technology in it?
yeah, Like it still has a fuel injector.
Oh,
It's not a it's not like a manual interval.
it's not a poop injector?
Yeah,
Ah, I see.
I forget what
Ah,
they
okay.
because I always thought that they were just called fuel injectors, but I've been getting told recently that it used to be called something else, and the fuel injector is the computer that's in there.
It's a computer?
Yeah, but I thought the fuel injector was
Oh,
just
I
the
didn't know
contraption
that.
that opens at certain intervals and then lets some of the fuel splash in and it closes. You know,
That's bizarre.
I thought that was the
Right.
fuel injector. And what it used to do before the computer was you would set it to a certain interval and you just keep messing with the interval till you got the best mile per gallon for that specific vehicle. You know,
Right, yeah.
um,
Makes sense.
but now they have a computer that does it for you. So instead of you having to spend weeks upon weeks messing with your vehicle, it just does it automatically and it does it within seconds.
Damn.
And then it also does it continuously. So as the thing starts wearing down, it adjusts it so that you're getting the same miles per gallon. Which,
Ah, okay.
um, for a while, I don't know if dealerships still do this, but I doubt that they do because people would take the fobs for it. So if you bought a car,
Mhm.
they would have the fob and then they would just shut off your car. Because what they used to do in the
Wait,
early
really?
2000s is they would, to the computer inside your car, um, or no, they wouldn't shut it off, they would track it. But to the computer inside there, they'd have this fob and they could hit a button and it would either track it or it would shut it off or it would do something with the car so that they could get it back. And people would use it.
If it was
They,
stolen?
uh, yeah, like if the car was stolen, the company could use this and they get
Ah,
the car
okay.
back, whether it shut it off or it just tracked it or whatever the fuck it did.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of those. I didn't know
It
what
was
those
either a
were.
kill switch or it was uh, just a tracker that was hooked up to that specific computer, you know.
Right, yeah.
Um, but people would steal that and then you'd go and buy a car and then they would follow you. And they put it in a few shows just to like make people slightly aware of it, like, hey, this is a possibility, you know. Um,
Yeah, I've seen in movies and shit.
which I looked it up whenever I first saw it in a show because I was like, is that a real thing? Like, people actually do that? Which is another reason why I won't buy a car from a dealership. One, if you go to a dealership, remove, I think it's the last three zeros, or no, it's the last
Mm.
two zeros, and that's what the car is actually worth. So if you're paying $67,000, that dealership got that
Damn.
car imported from another country and delivered to them for 6,700,
Damn.
which means that you should be paying no more than 13 grand for that car.
Oh, okay, I see. Damn. You know a lot about everything around cars.
Yeah, I just don't know about the actual car. I know a lot about how to avoid scams and a lot about how people charge things because
That's important, man. Yeah.
yeah, like if
That's
there's
very
one thing that I
be
can
very
give my dad
predatory.
credit for
Yeah.
teaching me, he didn't teach me about taxes. He didn't teach me about most of the stuff that you think would matter, but he did teach me how to keep my money in my pocket.
My dad told me the value of money and I didn't get it until I lost it. And then I'm like, okay, I value it now. I see, man. That's why, as I said, learn the hard way. That's how my dad teaches me the hard way.
See, I thought that this was messed up whenever I was like 15 and my dad originally told me this. And then like a couple weeks
Hmm.
later, I kind of realized why he did it that way. Whenever I was little, my dad was really poor because, my mom would freaking like eat everything in the house, raise the electricity bill up super high, you know.
Oh,
So
damn.
most of his money went to bills. He didn't
Right,
have,
yeah.
so he'd go shopping and we'd be with him and we'd be asking him for stuff. like kids do. And he would,
Yeah.
instead of just saying no, 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 he would say, yeah, no, you can get that, but if you get that, then you don't get to eat tonight.
Oh, okay.
And then we'd sit there and think about it. And he'd look at us and he'd be like, I don't have the money to get you this toy and put food in your belly. He was like, I have enough money to either feed you or give you a toy. So you can choose one, but you can only
Not even a
have.
snack, but just a toy. I see.
Yeah, because we'd pick out like the $20 toys, you know, because
Right.
you're a
Yeah.
kid, you see the cool toy, you want the toy. Back then, $20 was equal to like a $60 or $70 toy nowadays, you know, like,
Yeah. Neuron activation. Yeah.
um, so I'm sitting there going like, that's a really smart way to teach your kids the value of money because even whenever you're little, you can understand, do I want to be hungry and have fun, but I won't be having fun because I'll be hungry? Or do I want to be full and not have this, but I still have my other toys, so I'll still have fun, you know?
Yeah. Do yeah.
So he was teaching us
Do I care
reasoning.
about the toy more than eating?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was teaching us reasoning and the value of money at the same time. And I thought it was messed up for a few weeks until it clicked in my head, like why he did it.
Right.
And when you're a kid, you don't think it's messed up. You just kind of think about it and you're like, well, why are they telling me this? You know,
Yeah. Exactly.
it's
You're
whenever you have that
curious.
teenage logic and you try to think about it that you, oh, that's messed up. Why would you do that to a kid? And it's like the kid's smart. They just don't have a vocabulary like you do. Because if
Yeah.
you think back,
You just have to make them understand it.
yeah, like if you think back, the only differences between how you think and function now and how you thought and functioned when you were a kid, like after the age of 7 or so,
Hmm.
is literally just how much information you have to pull from. Everything else except for slight
Exactly.
things in your personality is exactly the same.
Deductive reasoning is what I call it. Like you take what you've already learned or what you understand personally and try to apply that to your life.
Yeah, well, and like that's why you'll see me like kind of get pissed off at myself because I'll sit there. This is something that I deem childish that everybody does. You know,
Right. Yeah.
everybody does it. I'm guilty of it, which is why I get angry because I try not to do it. Uh,
What
but
is
we
it?
all make assumptions, right?
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah.
we go off that assumption. Now, what I've realized, and for like the past few years, I've been pretty good at it, you know, but I
Right.
still do it every once in a while. Um, just whenever I make an assumption, I don't say it out loud because I just tell myself, like, no, you only have like a small portion of the information. I was like, it's the same reason you got in trouble when you were a kid. You're being childish. You don't have the whole story, and you're trying to paint the whole picture from a single sentence, you know.
Exactly. Yeah.
Uh,
You don't fully comprehend it.
but that's like one of my pet peeves, and people do it all the time.
Yeah. That's why I think like judging someone, especially off of like fucking first impressions, I think it's a very selfish thing to do.
Yeah, and I mean, like, nobody's perfect. Like, no matter how hard I try, I'm always
Exactly.
gonna do that occasion. But like, I've been trying really hard for the past few years not to do that because I realized it was childish.
Yeah, I'm trapped with this mind and body for the rest of my life.
Well, and like, I also have a
Might
bunch of
as
little
well enjoy
siblings.
it.
I'd always be telling them quit being childish, and I had to not be childish because they looked up to me. So I've always been telling myself every time I notice something I do is childish, I'm like, you need to break that habit. It's childish. Be mature. Like,
Exactly. Like you have to be like the adult. You have to be the voice of reason. You had to mature, David.
I mean, I'm sure that they're all doing the same thing for different reasons, but like to me, even though like even if they still look up to me, they're mostly adults now, right?
Well, now, yeah.
Yeah, like they're not dumb little kids. So if I'm immature sometimes, they don't fucking care.
Well, yeah, 'cause they're like, I don't know, they could be like dumb adults now.
Yeah.
Come full circle.
What the hell is my pen? My pen is going. Oh
You
no.
have a pen?
No, my pen.
Dude, I love to hit my pen. You wanna know why?
Well, I don't want to hit my pen because
Because I can't write without it.
I'll probably break my finger.
Wait, why would you break your finger?
My pen is made out of an old bullet casing.
Oh, you have a real pen.
Yeah.
I forgot you had a ballpoint pen. Oh. You're talking about the other thing. I thought we were about to cheers, man.
Oh no, I am talking about that thing. I just wanted to correct you, but real quick. Um,
Oh shit, I was right, and you portrayed it that I was wrong, but I was right.
yeah.
This breaks my mind. Cheers. Cheers to you.
All right, so we have about like
Oh,
what?
that was a
How
little
long have we
close.
been recording? How long have we been wasting away? 30 minutes. I was only aiming for like an hour recording because I need to get ready for work and you probably have stuff to do. Um,
Yeah, gonna watch the rest. Probably not the rest, but an episode of Stranger Things.
so let's talk about Christmas. Let's get back on track.
Okay,
Ooh, I forgot that you can make farts with
what
your
do we
hands.
got?
So,
Farts with my hands.
yeah, no, I
Wait,
put
farts
my
with my
hands
armpit.
together and I made a fart and it scared me. I don't know how.
That breaks
Startled.
my mind.
I completely forgot that you could do that. Anyway, back to Christmas. So, what is the
I mean, yeah,
story
it's
of
awful
Christmas
blood.
as you know it?
What story?
The story of Christmas. How did Christmas come to be as you know it?
Oh, a billion years ago, this guy named Saint Nicholas, fell from the sky in a meteorite and burrowed into the earth and then grew into a fully sized fat man used for merchandising and family fun and togetherness.
What?
Yeah, and then Tim Allen kills him by falling off the roof, and then he has to put on the suit, and then he becomes Santa, and that's his fate.
What movie script are you?
uh, well, the script is behind my eyelids, David. All right, this is
What?
from the heart. Okay, from the heart out my mouth.
Okay.
It's all connected, man. It's all tubes and systems and shit.
All right. So
You
Christmas
know,
as I know it. So there's
it's a
the
force of nature,
bulk of my
man.
family is Catholic, right? So
Oh, so
there's the
so
religious
so you're
side.
actually about the religious themes, I
No,
see.
no, I'm not religious at all. My story of Christmas is different. Mine's the true
Ah,
story, like the American Christmas, not the Christian Christmas.
or
Um,
so the Germans believe.
so there's the story of Christmas, which was Jesus Christ's birth, you know.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah, yeah, Jesus, yeah, my main man, yeah,
and then
easy.
there's Christmas with Santa and everything. So do you know where Santa actually came from?
Uh, I don't know. I don't know what planet, but I did say he fell from an asteroid.
Okay, so
So I don't
Santa
know.
Claus is based off of a true story. It's one way out of proportion, but it is based off of a true story.
Well,
So,
of course. How is he
uh,
gonna sell that sweet Coca-Cola?
so there was this dude, and I don't know what his name, but he was a woodworker,
Old Saint
and
Nicholas.
I'm pretty sure he lived in Russia because they had Santa first. They had the blue Santa.
Or Dutch.
Um, but he would
Italian.
during the really cold seasons, make toys for his couple neighbors. It was like three, four houses around him.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah,
was
the
just to help
neighbors.
parents out so that they could keep doing their thing and their kids could stay entertained. Um, but he was a
Yes.
woodworker, so he'd just do it for free. Like, this is just some stuff that I made on the side for fun, you know.
Yeah, this is out of the kindness of his fart.
Um, and like it's a pretty wholesome story. It's just that's Saint Nick. That was his whole thing. Um, but then,
Yes.
you know, then Russia had their Blue Santa, which I don't know much about, but if I
Wait, that
remember
was a real
correctly,
thing? I
yeah,
thought that was Paul Bunyan.
no, if I remember correctly, that's where Coca-Cola pulled inspiration for their fat red Santa.
Really?
I'm pretty sure that they pulled the inspiration for that from the Russian Blue Santa because the outfit is exactly the same. It's just red. Let me look this up real quick. Who came first, Red Santa or Blue Santa?
Ah, who came first, the chicken or the egg? The chicken. What came first, the egg or Santa? Dude, maybe Santa hatched out of a little egg. Kinder Surprise Santa egg. You know? It's a
The Blue
possibility, is
Santa
it not?
came first as early depictions of Saint Nicholas and Father Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Showed them in various colors like blue, green, purple, or blue, green, brown, and purple. They always
Right.
showed him as a gnome, apparently. Yeah, no. So
Jesus.
Coca-Cola did
Wow.
derive their inspiration from the 1930s, or in the 1930s.
Oh,
They
okay.
derived their inspiration from the Blue
From
Santa.
Blue Russian Santa.
So the Blue Russian Santa is actually like a little short gnome-looking dude, and then the Coca-Cola Santa is just that as like a full person. But to make the face look the
Oh,
same, see why they made it
wait.
that?
Yeah.
Because to make the head the same proportion as the body.
Yeah, don't want to get copyrighted by Russia. Yeah, no, yeah. That's why he's Russian. In Rise of the Guardians, if you guys have ever seen that, one of the most underrated DreamWorks movies.
Pre-1800s, the figure of Saint Nicholas, the basis for Santa, was often depicted in the red and gold robes of a bishop, symbolizing status.
He's a bishop. Whoa. Santa Christian or Russian religion that I don't know of.
Okay, but here's my problem with
Really?
Christmas.
Communism?
Uh,
Communist Santa?
this is why I typically tell people on Christmas, like if it's the first Christmas I'm having with you and I haven't seen you in a long time, if you get me a gift, I don't freaking care, you know,
Right, yeah.
because I'm just gonna chalk that up to you haven't seen me in forever. It's just an excuse, you know. Um, but like typically whenever Christmas comes around, I look at people and I just say, don't get me anything, you know,
Really?
not because it makes me feel bad, which it does, but mainly
Oh, so
because if
it's
you
not
think,
just that.
yeah, they did add
I see.
the American so-called American traditions of gift giving. That's traditions everywhere. That's just like a human tradition. We all give gifts to each other, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's not a culture thing. That's everybody does it. If you care about somebody at some point, you're going to give them something just because you can.
Yeah, human that's a human thing, yeah. That's why I said uh Santa is like some kind of weird extraterrestrial entity that makes us love each other as if by, Christmas magic. That
Yeah,
is its hive mind to
but
infect us with Christmas magic.
Coca-Cola twisted a holiday that was initially, it wasn't about necessarily gift giving, which is why it was everybody got one gift.
Yeah, and if we're talking about the 1800s, it was about fucking cocaine
Yeah.
in your Coca-Cola. Enjoy.
Well, that was the 1900s. That was
In
1930.
1800s. It was like late 1800s, I think.
I don't think they
Or
stopped
mid.
that.
Was it like
Like what?
1855? I don't know. I'm not looking this up. I could be lying. I don't know, guys. Either way, probably breaking your mind right now. Ooh. Ooh. Go on.
What time frame did they put cocaine in Coca-Cola?
Are you asking Siri or me?
Oh no, you're right. I'm wrong.
Oh shit, guys. Let's go. High five,
Coca-Cola
guys.
contained a small amount of cocaine from its invention in 1886 until it was largely removed in 1903. All traces of the drug were completely eliminated from the drink formula by 1929. So I guess
Let's
1930 was the
go.
year after they'd completely eradicated it.
Yeah, parents, you think Coca-Cola is addictive now? You should have seen those kids in the fucking 1880s, bro. Ooh, boy. They were fiending for that. You know, that kind of reminds me of Fallout, where they put like a little bit of radiation in their like Coca-Cola, which is Nuka-Cola,
Yeah,
and they got addicted to its flavor because the radiation was killing them, but like it loved them. You know, that's like pretty much like alcohol and drugs too. So you know, addictions go about the same way. You know
yeah.
what breaks my mind?
What?
Addictions. Is that a primal thing? Can that be counted as a primal fucking thing?
Well, think about it this way. Think about it this way. If I'm running a specific oil in my engine, and then I try to put a different, or actually better, if I'm running a specific fuel in my engine, and I try to put a different kind of fuel
Hmm.
in that engine, what happens?
Something could go wrong.
Exactly. So if I'm giving my body a whole bunch of crap that it doesn't need, at first, I'm going to feel like something's going wrong, but then after a while, my body adjusts to it. Now it feels like it needs that because it's used to having it. Then I just take it away.
Right? Is that a primal thing, right? It's like when you take a animal's food away.
Well, it's the
That would be
same.
like a primal thing, right? It's like the same
Well,
thing.
it's
You think
more
you
of
need
like
it
a
to survive.
biological thing. It's less of a primal and more of a biological thing. So it works
You
the
don't think it's
same.
because we're all mammals?
If I'm switching the oil or I'm switching the fuel to a different kind of oil or a different kind of fuel, which is not recommended, period. Um,
But David, we're people. We're not
at
cars.
first, it's going to cause a problem, right? And
Right.
then the problem is going to end up getting flushed out, and then it's going to start running smoothly again. Everything's going to be fine. The second that I switch back to what
Ah.
I was doing, I'm going to have the problem again.
Oh man. Not another problem.
So it's
Ah,
essentially
just what I
you're
needed.
introducing another fuel source that your body's not used to having. It
Mm-hmm.
identifies it as a threat, so it goes, something's wrong. Once it realizes that it can use it for something, it'll start using it. And it isn't that it can actually use it. Most of the time, it's that that thing tricks your body into thinking that it can, you know? And then it'll go on its merry way. But once you take it away, your body's so used to having it that it starts to hurt whenever it doesn't, because now the way that your well-oiled machine works has this in its makeup.
Right.
So you essentially just took all the oil out of your vehicle and tried to drive, you know,
What's with the car analogies?
because they make sense.
I mean, would you consider a car like an animal?
Actually, yes. And you know why?
Yeah, right? Yeah, because like it has
Every
anatomy
single piece of
as well.
technology that we make is made to resemble our body in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, we'll have AI girlfriends, guys. Like that's already like a thing
Did you
where
know that
people
every
like
single
talk
bottle
to an
that we
AI
have,
and shit.
Like every
What?
single bottle that we have
Mhm.
is based off of an organ.
Really?
Yeah,
Every single I'm sorry, wait, did you say every single food?
bottle.
Oh, every bottle. Well, you know, hmm. Yeah, bottles are very weirdly shaped.
We flatten out the
Where'd you get
bottoms
this
now, but we
information
didn't
from?
used to flatten out the bottoms. We used to just blow the glass.
Really? Huh. And how have you noticed this? You're breaking my mind.
Well, what did we use to carry our water in?
Jugs?
No, we would use
Or like
stomach.
vases? Baskets? Pots? I don't
We
know.
would take the
Buckets?
stomach of, uh, or no, not a stomach, the
Wait,
bladder.
seriously?
We'd take the bladder, um,
That's unsanitary.
not the stomach, and you'd clean that out. You'd get that really good. Um, and that's how you would make your canteens and all your stuff. It was literally just
Wow.
a bladder that you turned into leather,
Oh, joy.
and then you put a top on it, so you could screw a cap on it, and you just filled that with water, and that was your canister. Whenever we started making them with glass, we'd just blow the glass into a bubble that looked pretty much just like those sacks. And then eventually we started flattening out the bottoms, and then they started doing all kinds of crazy glass work. But it's based off of a liver, or not a liver, but a bladder.
So it's based off of
Our
one of our
computers
organs
are
that
based
we
off of
use
our
to
own
hold
brain,
water. Wait, what are they based off of?
our own brains.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, definitely the older ones. It does look like a big sagging brain.
No,
Like the
even
beautiful one that
even the
we have
modern one.
right
The
in
whole way that a
our
computer
podcast.
works is meant to mimic your brain. The whole reason that we go after quantum computers, and
I
that's
mean,
where
that's
we're
why we
trying to
call it
go.
memory.
But we're trying to build a quantum computer, right? Do you know what
Well,
a
yeah.
quantum computer is?
Mm, t- I hear of it, but I know of a supercomputer. But what the hell is a quantum
A
computer?
quantum computer is a
Elaborate.
computer that in theory can do every single thing that your brain can, because your brain works on quantum mechanics.
Wait, seriously?
So it doesn't just mimic your brain in processing information. It can use
So is
quantum
psychology
mechanics.
just fucking quantum mechanics?
Yeah. So basically,
Do you,
if we built something like that, the reason that they want to build it is because you don't know how to use your brain. I don't know how to use my brain. We all think that we do, but you don't know how to use quantum mechanics. You have the capability to,
so
your brain is able to, but you don't know how to.
how do you unlock this ability, dude? Like, how do I go to my skill tree?
Well, nobody knows. That's why they want to
Type
build
shit.
a computer, because it would be doing everything that your brain can do. But now you don't have to know how to do it because the computer can do it for you. You just input what you want.
And what would that be useful for?
It would also be the smartest computer on the planet. And
Right, but
because
can
it
it
works on
run
quantum mechanics, it would
Minecraft?
be able to pull information not just from this plane of existence, but like other dimensions and shit.
Other dimensions.
Yes, because a
So do you
dimension,
think that dreams are just other dimensions that that our subconscious taps into?
no, dreams is just your eyes making sure that you don't go blind.
So somehow it gives me pure cut visuals that I can control
Yes, because your eyes don't shut off
for no reason.
whenever you go to bed.
What about the brain, man? Doesn't the brain also do that? And you talk about
Well,
quantum mechanics. You talk about
the
different
brain,
dimensions already in the brain.
well,
So
the
wouldn't
brain,
that just
what it's doing,
television other dimensions?
what it's doing whenever you're having a dream is it's popping up
Uh-huh.
stuff that it can vaguely create a situation, you know, but it's popping up stuff that
Right.
theoretically could happen.
Yeah, that theoretically exists already, right?
But what you're actually doing is making sure that your eyes don't stop working because since your eyes don't shut off, your retinas have to be able to look at something.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's REM sleep. I think that's just
So,
a component of it, man. I mean, your eyes move when you're in deep sleep, and if you're woken up in that state, you'll feel like shit because of how active your eyes are
but you also
and
notice,
how your body was. It's like when you like, I don't know, you don't fully charge your phone. It's just like it's gonna die out faster
yeah, but like
now that you
you'll
didn't
also
charge it.
notice that whenever you close your eyes and you move your eyes around, the colors will change.
Yeah, especially if you like, some people
What are
can't
you
think
doing whenever you're in REM sleep?
of colors.
Like whenever you're actually having a dream, what are your eyes doing? You're getting rapid eye movement.
Really?
So the
Well, yeah,
dream
yeah, that's true.
is your brain processing all the colors that your eyes are picking up, trying not to go blind.
Wow, that's really nice of my eyes to do that. I really appreciate that, eyes. I like seeing.
I mean, like,
It's a reason it's one of the five senses, man.
but that's also why very few dreams have meaning, because most of the
Really?
time it's just random information.
Really, you don't think that the fact that it's raining all the time in my dreams, even in the house, doesn't signify feeling trapped or stuck? So,
I
so
mean,
you don't think that
your eyes
dreams
might
have
feel
meaning?
trapped behind your eyelids and stuck in your head.
Hmm.
No, like there might be
Maybe.
psychological shit because you're gonna interpret it based on your own things. I don't remember my dreams. I've been told that sometimes I'll go to sleep and I'll like thrash about um angrily.
Okay,
Uh,
yeah, I think that's just more
Sometimes
of like a thing for you, cause I write my dreams down. I've told you that multiple times.
yeah. Well, like there's a whole bunch of people that don't remember their dreams. I know that I have them.
Yeah,
Everybody does. If I didn't have them, I would be blind, you know. Um,
right.
but
That's just weird to me that you can't remember your dreams. It's so sad.
like I've been told that
What do you watch
sometimes
at
I'll
night,
have
dude?
dreams. I'll have like I go to bed with nothing on, just in the dark.
Well, maybe that's it. Maybe you should have the TV on. Maybe
Even
it'll
whenever
get the
something's,
fucking
I literally
dream
pass out
machine
to me
responding.
2 seconds later I'm awake, but it's been hours.
Oh shit, that's weird.
Like it's literally like
I be having crazy ass dreams.
which is why to me
Like I
I always want to go to sleep, but at the same time I don't know why I want to go to sleep because I know that I'm just going to be awake 2 seconds later and nothing's going to change. You know,
Yeah, that sounds sad, man. I'm like right before bed. I'm like, oh yeah, dude. Wait, I almost went into sleep paralysis.
what the fuck?
Like a few days ago. Yeah, it was really cool or scary, I guess. I don't know. Well, it's happened a few times, but my eyes were closed, and I was just like, I remember one time it got really bad. I started feeling chills, and like my body felt like rubber bands, and it was just like it's like I was folding over and over. It was really bizarre, and I was hearing voices and I was hearing laughter, but I didn't see anything. So eventually, I chilled out, and then I woke up, and it was Thanksgiving dinner. I think that was like 2 years ago. No, no, like before I met Britain, like 2022, I think. Yeah, it was really weird. And then this recent one now was where I saw it. I saw a dark figure with horns growling towards me. It was literally about to grab me, and then I woke up.
Damn.
Yeah, it was very bizarre. I could probably draw it, actually. I could do like a live diagram if you want.
Nah, so like
Should,
people that were paranormal all the time. Um,
mhm.
so I used to joke around because my mom was really into the paranormal shit. and I ended up getting a sleep paralysis demon at one point, and it traumatized me
Ooh.
to the point where they ended up I saw them all the time. So it was like you're being
Ooh.
haunted, but it's just an imaginary friend that's made up of your sleep paralysis demon that you had 3 nights in a row, you know.
Damn, yeah, no, I've never
Um,
never
but I
gotten
called
that
him
bad.
Carl,
Besides,
and I used to love to mess with people that are into the paranormal stuff because you're not supposed to name ghosts, you're not supposed to talk to them, you know.
yeah. Apparently there are rules and no one ever tells what happens, because who knows? Maybe that's how you pass in your sleep or something.
Yeah, I freaked
I don't
my
know, like
dad out
something
one time.
passes in and takes you. Yeah, I don't know. It's really bizarre.
I couldn't reach something and I was pissed off, and this was like my freshman year of high school. Like I couldn't reach
Oh,
something,
damn.
I was pissed off, and I looked over. At
A
this
bit of
point,
a
I was
minute
still
ago.
seeing Carl. I was still like terrified of this fucking thing. Um, but
Yeah,
you know,
nah,
for
dude, it's
shits and
weird.
giggles,
It's like,
my
what
dad
is
was
it?
there, and I guess he's been through a whole bunch of paranormal stuff. Because the most paranormal thing that I've been through was I was in a cemetery. I climbed up a tree with my friends because the guard was coming through. And after the
Mhm.
guard left, we all got pushed out of the tree, but none of us pushed anybody. And we just kind of freaked out and stayed away from the tree. We didn't leave the graveyard because we were
Oh,
kids.
shit. Still stood?
But yeah, no, we were just like, yeah, no, fuck that tree. Because that was the tree that the witch was
So,
supposed
you
to
wait, the tree?
yeah, we don't know what happened. Like, it could have just been like Kenny or Keegan thinking that they were funny and pushing the other two out of the tree, jumping out at the same time, and then going, no, I didn't do anything, you know?
Who knows, man?
Um,
Yeah, or maybe the tree gained sentience and threw him off.
Yeah, or maybe it really was haunted and that person was just like, "Hey, get the fuck off my tree. What are you doing?" You know?
Yeah,
We-
this is my favorite tree.
Yeah,
It's
like
like
we
some
weren't that
some
violent.
spirit
It's
just guarding the
not
tree.
like anybody actually got hurt.
Yeah,
Um,
no one died, by the way,
but yeah, no,
guys,
it
if
was
that's what
this
you're
old
wondering.
dude that was 7 feet tall.
Ugh.
Um, old, like skinny white dude. Um, and he was glowing blue, and he came out of my closet, and he walked over to my
Wait,
desk.
really?
I had one of those really old vintage desks where it's like the chair's attached to it, but the thing's up at a like a 45-degree angle. Um,
Uh-huh.
like the one that I had was from the 50s or the 60s. It was an old school desk, uh,
Oh, shit.
like for the art class. But he sits down on the thing like reverse, and he's just staring at me. The first night he just stared at me.
Wait, so this happened in class?
No, it was in my bedroom. I had one of those in my bedroom, like in the corner.
Oh, wait, you just had a desk in the corner of your room?
Yeah. Um,
Whoa. From the 50s? Yeah, nah, dude. Probably some bad juju.
but
Probably emanating
he was
evil
just
aura.
staring at me. He was glowing blue.
Did it have eyes or anything?
Yeah, no,
Or
he
was it
had
just
eyes.
like a
He was just like
giant
a really
fucking
tall,
nightlight?
like skinny dude. Um,
Ugh. Glowing blue. That's very bizarre.
and he reminded me a lot of my bumpa, but my bumpa was short as fuck.
Really?
Um,
Oh. Maybe they stretched him out.
no, like the way that he acted and everything just reminded me a lot of my bumpa. Um,
Hmm.
and like the second night I saw him again, and I
That
started
was him
freaking out,
communicating to you.
and I started like trying to move and get up and run out of the room. But since I was in sleep
Hmm.
paralysis, my
You
the
can't.
little bit of movement
Ugh.
I got was just like twitching, and like my legs and my arms just twitching violently every once in a while.
Yeah, it's like you're being strapped down. Yeah, it's really bizarre.
Um, and then he like crawled up on the bed, which uh, I almost shit my pants. And he
Ugh.
literally
Yeah,
just
I would too.
calmly says, "Calm down, you're fine." And then I woke up.
Wow. What a
And
nice
then
guy.
and then the next day, which was the last time that I had the dreams, and after that I only saw him in person, you know. It was the fucking he came out of the closet still glowing blue, and he sat down on the chair, and he was saying something, he got like through his explanation, and I remember thinking like this, I just want to go back to bed, you know. And then the dude stops glowing, starts counting, and all of a sudden I was in like a full dream state, you know.
Whoa, what the hell?
And I got up out of the bed and launched out because it's literally you better run. And he starts counting down, and I just get up and I start running out. And mind you, this traumatized me for years. I fucking run out to the kitchen and like all the knives, because we had a magnetic strip on the wall, all the knives just kind of lifted up off the wall and started flying at me.
What the fuck?
And then I ran out to the living room. My mom was out there and I was trying to get her attention and like jumping in front of her because she's watching her show. I don't know what the fuck she was watching. Um,
Mm-hmm.
to be honest, probably Ghost Adventures. Um, and like she couldn't
Madness.
see me, couldn't hear me. Like it got to the point where I got angry and was freaking out, and I started like trying to like slap her, punch her, kick her, like get her attention. And she would like I couldn't get her attention, so I went over to my stepdad at the time, which was Jose, and I tried to get his attention.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't get his attention.
What
So I
the
went over
hell?
to my sister, and whenever I went in her room, she was just gone, like nowhere to be found. So I went up to the attic where we had the gaming room and the guest bedroom. And whenever I got up there, Carl was in the guest bedroom. So the second I turned in there and I started calling out for my Nana, which I don't know why, because she was only there like every couple years. Um,
Oh.
uh, but as soon as I turned the corner and entered the room, he grabbed me and just says, "Gotcha." And then I woke up in my bed, like completely fucking drenched in sweat. Carl came walking out of the closet and I started freaking the fuck out. And it took me forever to figure out that it was an imaginary friend.
Wait, really?
Yeah, no, I was scared shitless for years.
You had sleep paralysis of your imaginary friend? That's crazy.
Yeah, no, like I had the sleep paralysis and it scared me so bad that I made an imaginary friend of the demon.
Oh, to cope?
I guess. I don't know what my brain was thinking there. I just made the imaginary friend. I was so scared that I couldn't let go of the fucking dreams.
You're
You know?
like, maybe I should befriend him so he doesn't get me.
Yeah. I was like 8 years old. I saw that dude all the way up until I was like 17.
Wow. You have any interesting conversations?
Yeah, a few times.
What's your most notable conversation with him?
I remember one time I was really pissed off because I couldn't go to Juilliard. So I had a conversation with him about how the school system's stupid. And that was whenever I realized that it was um, not healthy to still have an imaginary friend in high school because I was just like sitting there on the back porch. Like and nowadays, I still like I'll still rave to like rant and rave to myself, you know, but I'm not
Just
far
wishing
off
that he would
talking
appear
to myself.
back with
Yeah.
particles.
So it isn't like crazy person talking to yourself is what other people see. It's like, oh, he's just thinking out loud, which is what I was doing before. It's just you have the imaginary friend and it makes it easier to process, you know, if you have multiple names
Yeah,
to
no,
base the points
that's
on.
cause
Um,
I never had an imaginary friend. I pretended to have one cause
yeah, no,
someone was bragging that they had one. I'm like, oh, look at you, I have one too. Fucking
yeah,
cool.
no. I was always embarrassed to actually say that I had an imaginary friend, and I thought it was cool to say that I had a ghost that followed me around.
Oh,
Um,
that is cooler. I just lied about how many consoles I had,
but that's why I'd always mess with
which
the
was just an
paranormal
extra
kid.
one.
I thought it was funny. Kind of made me feel better about having an imaginary friend. Like,
Yeah, that's a crazy fucking well entity story. Let's call it. Not even a ghost story. You probably met a very powerful being. Who knows, man?
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, I
mine is
remember one time I can't actually explain this, and it scared the fuck out of my dad. I was in the middle of telling this, and I got off track. Um,
oh, okay. Okay, what the
but I was pissed off. I was tired. I was like 16 at the time, and I still can't explain this. I don't know how it happened. 'Cause in my eyes, Carl went over, he grabbed the thing and handed it to me. But in my dad's eyes, the thing literally just fell off the shelf, and I caught it. You know, but it was like sitting not on the edge of the shelf, just a little bit back. And I was sitting there like trying to reach it, couldn't get it, started getting pissed off. And just for shits and giggles, because my dad was there and he hated whenever I joked about paranormal shit. So I was just like, Carl, can you grab that for me? I can't reach it, you tall motherfucker. And next thing I knew, the thing was like, because in my vision, he went over, grabbed it, and handed it to me. But like, next thing I knew, the thing apparently had like slid forward, fell off the shelf, and into my hand.
yeah, you probably have some kind of friends on the other side.
I found it funny as fuck because my dad was immediately going like, "No, that's a demon. That's a fucking demon."
Yeah, yeah. It's like so scared. Do you believe in demons?
No, I honestly don't. The
You
only
believe in
demons that exist are the
entities?
ones that you can create, which all
Oh,
exist inside your own mind.
so you think it's a psychological thing?
Yeah.
You don't think that there are monsters such as mankind? Mankind can be monsters. You don't think that's the thing?
No, no, mankind.
Bless you.
Mankind is monsters. See, I don't
Yeah.
believe. Ow! What the fuck, Andy? Keep it close to yourself, bitch.
Oh. Oh.
Oh, you you like it?
I thought Carl just bit you or something.
No, my cat's
Hey
like, why
Carl,
are you
stop doing
talking to the
that.
calendar? Because I have to look at something and I'm laying down. Because if I'm laying, normally whenever I'm on the phone, I'll pace. Or if we're doing the podcast, I'll normally like stare at the computer. Um,
Yeah, I'm just staring off into space.
and then like, but to keep my physical body occupied while I have like the MP4 video thinking going on inside my head, I'm like staring at a canal.
Mm-hmm.
Came up and he's like, "You're not doing anything, but you're talking to yourself. Give me attention." And he like clawed the fuck
No,
out of my side. I guess I
he's
wasn't
talking to his
noticing.
podcast co-host, you shitter.
Yeah, I don't think he knows that I have an earbud in.
He doesn't know that you're cool and has a podcast. It's
Yeah.
okay.
Anyway,
It
I've told you
it
about
happens.
my imaginary friend. So, what imaginary friend did you pretend to have?
I think his name was what was his name? I even made up the name. I think it was probably Tim Tim. Yeah, it was like Tim Tim. It was like five Tims, and
Tim,
they would
Tim, Tim,
like
Tim.
I'd say that yeah they would just like dance around and harass people, but no one like saw them, and so I that's why because as a kid I was obsessed with Family Guy, and every time I would just like remember a joke from it, and I would just start laughing out loud. So how I rationalize that, I just said, "Oh, Tim Tim, you're so funny," and I'd laugh at thin air. But then there was Timmington, Timo, and Tam Tam.
See,
Yeah.
like, once I realized that Carl was an imaginary friend, which was in like maybe fifth grade, um,
Oh, they're gonna say like 10th grade because you said freshman year.
uh, but whenever I realized that, whenever I got mad at people, I wouldn't go and play like GTA Chinatown on my DS. I would literally just think, wouldn't it be funny if Carl was like harassing them? And then I would just get to watch my imaginary friend go over there and just fuck with people, you know? And it would take like all the aggression away. Like,
Take all the edge off.
because at
It's
that point,
beautiful.
I had like a really vivid imagination. I had a lot of verbs, which is the only reason that I still had an imaginary friend. Um,
Ah.
uh, at least as far as I can rationale it out. Whatever the fuck that word was supposed to be.
As rational as you can be about it. Yeah.
As far as I can ration that out, I just had a lot of imagination left. Um,
That's
so
good.
like, if I wanted to like beat the fuck out of somebody, I would just imagine Carl, this like 7 foot old dude, probably like, in his late 70s, walk over and just pick up this kid, this like 4 foot tall kid.
What the pick him up and do what? Eat him?
It's
Slap him on the ground? What do you do?
just like throw him around, or like if I was really mad, one time I imagined him just throwing the kid out the window because we were on the second floor. And then I like got up and looked out the window and imagined just seeing him getting up on all the wood chips and going like, "Are you freaking kidding me?" You know, like whole cartoon logic child shit. You know, it
Yeah, no, that sounds fucking crazy.
was freaking awesome. I remember there was this one kid, Timothy. Uh, I almost said Heights.
What was the name?
I almost said
Oh, dude, 'cause that guy. Oh, that guy. Let me tell you about that guy. Ooh,
I don't even think that his name was
the
Timothy.
amount of run-ins.
I think his name started with.
Well, it depends on which one it was. What Timothy are you talking about?
I normally remember
Was
this
it
kid's
Height?
name, no problem. But anyway, he was talking shit behind my back. And we were like really good friends.
Oh,
Him, Eli, Barry, and Brandon and I. We're all really good friends. Why can't I remember this? Was it Matthew? What was this kid's
I
name?
don't know, was it? It's 9:30. What time do you have work?
Uh, it's 8:30 for me. I work at 10. Um,
Oh, okay, never mind. Yeah, well, wait. Nah, nah, keep going, keep going. It doesn't matter. Let's
but
just finish what we're
he
doing.
was talking shit behind my back, literally right behind my back.
That's fucked up.
Somehow didn't know that I was right in front of him. No, it was
Wow.
Matthew. That's why I always remember his fucking name, because his last name was Hamilton. I'll never forget you, bitch.
Hamilton?
No, he's probably like a really good guy now. Um,
Oh yeah.
uh, but yeah, no, if
It's
you're listening to this, you might
maturity.
remember me. But yeah, he was talking shit about me
If
right
on the
behind
off
my back.
chance you're
And we
hearing
were kids, so I don't think he was saying anything like super bad. It was probably like, oh, well, he's lame or whatever. But we were kids, so like back then that was
playground
really,
insults.
really bad and insulting. Like that was like you don't say.
Yeah, someone called me a poo-poo head and I cried. So yeah,
Huh.
no, I got you, man.
But I got all upset because like what the adults always do, like if you're gonna say something, you say it to their face. You don't say it behind their back, you know. So
Yeah.
I turned around and I tapped him, and as soon as he turned around, I was like, "Hey, don't talk about people behind their back." And I punched him in the stomach, and this kid just started vomiting. Like,
Sorry, what?
yeah, because it was like at the end of recess after lunch. Like I thought I was the coolest kid ever, and people were terrified of me. Because like I punched a kid in the stomach and he started
Oh.
vomiting. But like I'm pretty sure dude already had like stomach problems because thinking back, he did like he'd eat certain things and then he'd have to like go to the nurse or like this or that, you know. Uh,
Yeah.
uh,
There's always that one kid, yeah, that just threw up in class for some reason.
but like he starts vomiting, so everybody was scared of me because they thought that I like hit really hard, and so did I. I thought that I was super strong. Uh,
Yeah, and I remember in 5th grade, there was this kid that got kicked in the balls and he got really sick and dizzy.
yeah, no, and like
And
thinking about
we
it
told
now,
that to the sex ed teacher, and he's like, I don't know nothing about that. It's probably because of something else. I don't know.
yeah, but like thinking
He didn't
about it now,
explain it.
I did hit around the belly button area. I did hit like kind of upwards, like I was trying to uppercut his stomach or some shit, like a dumbass.
Jesus.
Um, and it was after lunch. So like as an adult thinking about it, him vomiting makes sense. I'd probably
He was
vomit too if
full,
somebody
man.
did that to me. Like, and that was the conditions.
Oh, dude, were you punched in the stomach a lot as a kid?
Oh yeah, no, all the time.
Me too. I don't like it. I remember I got punched in the stomach so hard I was literally like fucking like desperately holding my stomach trying not to vomit.
It's me every time that I eat mangoes. Except I'm trying not to like shit
Really?
my pants.
Dude.
Even though I
Whoa,
don't
what
have
the
to
hell does
poop, it's
mangoes do
just
to you?
so like you know how I'm lactose intolerant, right?
You said
Uh,
milk and mango?
no, it's like the same thing with the mangoes, but it doesn't taste good enough for me to want to just deal with it, you know?
Oh yeah, 'cause you feel pain every time you eat.
Um, well, like I feel pain every
You have
time that I
bad
eat,
dental
but
health.
it's not that bad because I'm kind of used to it. You get used to it after not that long. It's just like a
I
couple.
mean, if you have to,
Um,
yeah. Yeah.
but it's like I'll have like a mango smoothie, right? Just one, and it'll be a
Mhm.
small one. It'll
I
be
had that
like
yesterday. It
an
was
8 ounce smoothie,
delicious, yeah.
right?
Oh, that's a
And I kid you not,
decent ounce. Yeah.
I'm lactose intolerant. I could drink maybe a quart of milk, and I don't even get this fucking bad. Um, but the last time that I had mango, I literally was laying on the floor holding my stomach like, what the fuck? And I kept running to the bathroom. I
Really?
thought that I needed to use the bathroom because it felt like I needed to shit really badly, like emergency status, like you're about to shit your pants. Um,
What the fuck?
I run to the bathroom. I don't need to poop. What it is something in the mango reacting with my stomach acid and irritating the fuck out of my stomach, which is the
What
same
the
thing with
hell?
lactose, which is why they say lactose intolerant, because as soon as the lactose hits your stomach, it has a bad reaction.
Yeah.
Um,
So you have that with mango.
yeah, but I have it like 10 times worse with mangoes than I do with milk.
Dude, that sucks 'cause I had an amazing mango smoothie like a day ago.
Oh yeah, no, I love mangoes and I love mango smoothies, but I avoid it at all costs because I don't want to deal with that pain. It does the little
And
bit
you don't
of
want to deal with that
enjoyment,
again.
the
The
five
fear.
minutes of
Yeah.
enjoyment is not worth the like 4 or 5 hours of gut wrenching, I want to scream and cry pain. You know, like
Did you even vomit or
no,
shit?
nope. I just had to deal with it until I was finally tired enough to fall asleep.
Wow, that sounds
And then
actually
guess what?
fucking
When I
horrific.
woke up, my stomach still hurt, just not nearly as bad.
Oh, what? Poor
And I had
David,
the
bro.
fieriest shit of my life. But the
My
smoothie
God.
was a 10 out of 10. Would definitely buy again. Like,
Let's go. Yeah, no, if you guys haven't tried it, dude, have a mango smoothie. It's delicious. Like, it's to die for, I guess, in David's case. Imagine dying from a mango smoothie. How annoyed would you be? Like, how gypped would you feel, honestly?
awesome.
You know?
No, I would be so pissed off. Not gonna lie. The
Really,
same
if you
thing.
died
Like,
to a
I'm
mango?
allergic to wolf spiders. If I die to a wolf spider, I'm gonna be so mad.
Dude, I forgot you're allergic to wolf spiders. I remember I saw a big ass one on a trash can. It scared me,
No, it's
especially
gonna
once I
be.
found out
I
that
don't
they
remember
jump.
what that anime was. My dad got me to watch it at one point. This dude, he got reincarnated in another world, but he was like this big wrestler.
It's
Um,
called an isekai, I think.
and basically, like his boss, or no, he wasn't a wrestler. He was an office worker, but he was like this big, burly, tough dude. And his boss would always break bottles
Mm.
over his head, and people would hit him on the head in bar fights and shit all the time. Um,
Mhm.
and you know how he died?
Wolf
He
spider?
sneezed 4 times in a row. His head slipped off the pillow and fell like 3 inches, smacked the corner of his nightstand. That's how he died. If I
Oh,
die to a
what a
wolf spider,
lame
I have the same
fucking
reaction that that had, being like, I've gone through all this other shit and made it through, and that's how I fucking died? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I'd be fucking pissed. I'd be livid too. I'd be like, "What the
Because
hell?"
think about it. I've survived getting hit by 11 cars. I've survived 3 car accidents being in the car. I've fallen from over
I
20
I
feet
love how you think
multiple
this is a
times.
flex.
I've been in so many situations where I could have died in
I
an
should be a
awesome
human crash
way.
test dummy.
I could have died in an awesome way, and I lived. So if I die in a stupid way, like I get bit by a wolf spider and have an allergic reaction and die to anaphylactic shock, I'm gonna be pissed. Like I
Yeah,
want to die by
honestly,
falling out of
yeah,
an
wolf
airplane.
spiders.
Okay.
They're only scary because they jump.
Honestly, they're only
Like,
scary to
other
me
than that,
because a bite could kill me. Other than that, they're pretty chill. Like the amount of wolf
yeah,
spiders
same.
that I've
Like people
picked
that are
up,
allergic to bees, like I pray for y'all.
and I'm still around, like they didn't bite me. I'm good. Wolf spiders are chill as hell. They're terrified people.
Thankfully. Yeah, I don't be seeing them. Some baby tarantulas, and I hope the mother's gone or something, or dead. Wait, yeah, the mother's dead, right? Because the baby spiders explode out of the mother, right? So I should be good, right? I won't have to fight the guardian.
Yeah. No, no, you're gonna have to fight the Guardian. It's all on you. I've had I,
No!
I can whittle him down a little bit, buy you some time, but like I can't do much.
I could stall for time.
I might be able to like get rid of his legs for you.
That'll work. If you removed 4 spider legs, would it still be able to move?
Uh, yeah. Well, actually, it depends. How are you removing them? Is it like every other one? So you remove like 2 from each
Well,
side?
I've heard stories of people just pulling them off until they were balls, so it's probably not that hard if you can get a good hand on them.
It's not that hard, but that's like cruel as shit, and I wouldn't recommend doing it.
I know, that's why.
It's like,
Well, I never would. The worst I've ever done in terms of bug war crimes, I stole a magnifying glass from my school and put it to an anthill and spent hours burning them until they bit me everywhere, and then I stomped on them and ran away crying, full of bug bites.
okay, the worst that I've ever done um, is I froze bees, and I've only ever done this once.
What?
I did it because,
Jesus, man.
um, like, mom's boyfriend at the time, Dan, was telling me about how they used to do it when they were kids, and he was like in his 50s. So I was like, okay, this is cool. Like, if it's obviously if he's done it, you can do it. You
Dude, those is frozen bees, I can do it.
know? So you put them in the freezer, and they kind of like go to sleep, and then you tie a string
Uh-huh.
to their wings, and then you
Oh.
take them out, and you hold on to the end of the string, and they just try to get away from you the whole time. Uh, so you have this little thing that's trying to fly away from you, you have it on the string. So you're like walking a bee. And then whenever
Right.
you want to take the string off, you just guide it back to the freezer. To sleep, you take the string off, and then while it's still asleep, you set it outside to warm up. Um,
Oy vey.
and then I have done the magnifying glass thing. I did that with an anthill, which wasn't very smart because like maybe an
Did you
hour
get
later,
bit?
well, like an hour later, I was going over the anthill because I wanted to drown it. So I went over there with the hose, and the hose wasn't on yet, and I like tripped and I fell on my butt directly on top of the anthill, and it was a fire anthill.
Oh.
Um,
Ooh, yeah.
and
Fire ants are no
my
joke.
aunt, and she ripped me up off the anthill, put me on the stairs, and was just sitting there for a long time. I have no idea how long. To me, it felt like the entire day, and I know that it wasn't that long because it didn't take that long to cook food. Um, but
Oh yeah, no, 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 no.
she was just picking
Can't
off
be
all these,
borderline
throwing
longer
them
than
out of
10
my yard.
seconds.
Like, like I was covered in them. And then I remember I was terrified of fire ants after that. When
Me too.
uh,
I learned to respect them after
I was at my mom's house, not
they hurt.
that fire ant was somehow like it crawled up the legging of my short, like my shorts,
Mm-hmm.
and it bit my butt like up at the waistband because it was trying to get out. And I guess I moved and it freaked out and bit me. And then it got crushed because I slapped my hand down. I started freaking out and I ran up to Jose because he was my stepdad. And I never called him stepdad. I just called him dad. And I ran up to him and I was like, "Hey, dad, look at my butt. I just got bit. What happened? Look at my butt." And I like pulled my pants down, not all the way, just like I basically just like moon him. And I'm like, "Look at my butt." Like,
You even say, "Look at the bites." It's just like, look at my butt."
I'm just screaming and
Did he notice
crying
the
and
bite?
saying, "Look at my butt." And he looks at my butt and he doesn't
Oh,
see anything. So he grabs my mom. By the time she gets over, there's like this little red lump, and I'm like, screaming and crying. Uh, Mind you, I'm like 6 at the time. I was terrified. It had been like a year. Or no, yeah, no, it had been like a year. It wasn't a couple days. It had been like a year since that had happened. But I got bit on the butt, and she comes out. She's like, "Dude, you got bit on the butt. Like, man up, you know." Um, and I was like, "But what bit me?" And she walks over, and she's just like pointing at the line of fire ants, and she's like, "It's probably one of these fuckers." Yeah.
Yeah.
My mom was not like the caregiver. She was the like, I want you to grow up and get the fuck out of my house kind of mom, you know?
Oh, yeah. Makes sense why she was swearing so strongly.
Like one of the things that my dad used to gripe about all the time, like you'll hear my dad say, "I'm not trying to talk shit about your mom," you know?
I
But
think
like,
I've heard that in your house before, yeah.
because I have a mild allergy to dogs, so like it can be deathly, but only if it's like, extreme over.
Wait, really?
Yeah. So like,
What?
I
That's
can't
crazy.
swell up if I get like covered in their saliva or their hair or something for prolonged times and it doesn't get washed off. Um,
Mhm.
like whenever Kudu had puppies was the last time that it happened because we went from having like 3 dogs in the house to having like 8 of them. Um,
Damn. Right,
and
yeah, I remember,
and
yeah.
I was
All those
taking care of the
puppies
puppies. Nobody
shitting
would
everywhere.
deal with them, so the puppies slept by me. I made sure that they got fed. I made sure that they were warm. I made sure that they went to the
Yeah,
bath.
you were taking care of them like yourself, yeah, I
Um,
remember.
but I have a mild allergy to them. So at one point I was at work and I had to go up to my boss and be like, "Hey, do you have any Benadryl or like anything, allergy or well,
Anything.
inflammatory, whatever the fuck, you know?"
Right. Yeah.
Because I was like, my throat's closing off and I can't breathe. Um,
Oh,
and she
that's
started freaking
spooky.
out, and I was like, as long as I was like, I know that we have rosemary here. I was like, if you don't have medicine, I have enough time to make tea, you know? Like,
Yeah.
it's not the end of the world. I wasn't freaking out because I'm used to it. I love dogs. Like, out of all my allergies, that is the one that I'm most used to taking care of because I've always been around dogs. I love dogs. Um,
Right, yeah. Gotta love them.
but I basically got the swelling down. And we were just like, "Oh, are you doing all right? Like, go take a break." And I was like, "If I go take a break, I'm just gonna smoke a cigarette." I was like, "That's not a good idea, considering that I can't freaking breathe." Like,
Right.
keep working. Because like once I
Eh,
took the medicine, I was like,
doesn't
no, it's
kill
gonna
you,
kick
makes you
in.
stronger.
I was like, it's gonna kick in before it's too hard to breathe. And then once it kicks in, the swelling is gonna start going down, so it's just gonna get easier and easier to breathe. You know?
Yeah, you live to tell the tale. You're here right now talking about it, so
I don't get why
that
people
worked
freak
out.
out about that stuff. I mean, I broke my foot, and my instant reaction was, "Ow, what the fuck?" I'm just kidding. No, my instant reaction was I hit the ground and then got back up and started walking. I felt my toe flopping around, and then I looked down like, "Hey, that's not right." And then I felt all the pain because
Yeah,
I saw my toe was
he
broken.
jumped and then he broke his foot.
Yeah, no, I was drunk and playing with my dogs, um, and
He jumped a
they ran
little
out of
and
the
then
yard
he
'cause we were roughhousing,
shattered.
and I went to jump
Yeah.
to like pretend to tackle them, like I always did.
Uh-huh.
I'd jump out there like I was gonna tackle them, and I'd just stop in front of them, and they'd start running, and then I'd continue chasing, is what I always did. Uh,
Yeah, yeah.
but I jumped out, and I was drunk. So
Mm,
I jumped way higher and way farther than I normally do, because I wasn't thinking,
that was your
but like put my
downfall.
power into it. So whenever I landed, because I started thinking like midway through falling, like, wait, I should have hit the ground by now, you know, because I jumped over my dogs. Um,
Well, you jumped over them?
yeah, no, I jumped over them, and I landed with my right foot
You
not
never told
flat,
me
but
this.
pointed like straight down. So I landed with my left foot flat and my right foot directly on the tip of my toes, and it just snapped my
Uh.
big toe.
Jesus.
And now, because like whenever I was younger, I got mad and I was kicking a soccer ball around the backyard. Um, and there was a tree root right underneath the soccer ball, and I didn't see it. I was just mad, and I went to go kick the ball, and I kicked it as hard as I frickin' could. And I compacted that same big toe so badly into the joint. Now, mind you, again, my mom was not the caregiver. She was the grow the fuck up and get the fuck out of my house, you know? Um,
Right. Lovely.
so, what she told me to do whenever she saw it was
Mind
go
break.
get in a hot bath, let it soak for a little bit, and then yank on it.
What?
And that's what I did.
That did that work?
So, ever since then, the main joint, wherever my big toe comes off my foot and, starts to be a joint, like a toe,
Mm-hmm.
that joint
Yeah.
was able to pop because that's the one that I injured and then never went in and got medical attention. Ever since I broke that same toe up by the next joint, um, now whenever I bend my toe and then lift it back up, I don't just pop the main one, I also pop that one. So I pop both joints in my big toe every time that I move it because the thing was broken and didn't heal properly.
Oh.
Happened twice.
So it's broken a long time ago.
Yeah.
That was the break to break the camel's break. Already broken back.
Well, it was, I don't know if it was like how far it broke the first time because I'm pretty sure that it fractured because my foot was swollen for a while after that. Um,
Mm.
but like the real pain didn't set in until I had yanked it out. And whenever I yanked it out, I felt like a really deep pop and a shit ton of pain.
Ooh.
And ever since then, I've been able to just click my joints.
Wow.
Like,
We're learning a lot here.
and then the joint above it isn't the joint clicking; it's the old break that's clicking because it didn't go back together.
Oh.
The bone's misshapen, so it gets like a little extra air pocket in there.
Oh, that's lovely. Let it breathe. Air
It
it
feels
out.
kind of nice. It makes me wish that I could do it with my other foot. I try to do it with my other
Yeah,
one, it's just gonna cramp because it's not damaged.
yeah, I don't think it's supposed to do that, David.
Yeah, no, like if I try to pop my other big toe like that, it just doesn't pop, and then if I go to force it, it's just gonna cramp. Like that one, if I needed to pop it, I would actually have to grab it and pop it. Yeah,
Ooh. Yeah, no, I've never broken a bone
yeah, no, and then
ever.
do you remember Rin's older brother, Aaron?
Uh, the guy that worked at the gas station?
Yeah, the bigger dude.
Yeah,
Do you
vaguely.
remember his right hand?
Uh, why? What was wrong with his left hand?
So he's full on schizophrenic. So I guess at one point he like blacked out, and his friend was eating cereal, and he blacked out about something else, and he went to go punch his friend, uh, and punched
Oh,
the wall, and he hit a stud directly. He broke his entire hand, like shattered the bone.
yeah, because all I remember about him was he'd be outside while we were smoking, and he'd smoke a lot, cough, and then walk back in,
Yeah.
or talk about something at work or something. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, no, it was weird because whenever you were over, he wouldn't talk much. Whenever Aiden was outside, he wouldn't talk much. If it was just me, he'd talk up a fucking storm.
Yeah, yeah. We only interacted like once, I
Like,
think.
him and I would be talking up a storm, and then you guys would show up, and he'd just go silent. Or he'd finish up what he was talking about, and then he'd just stop talking. You know?
He'd fit, and then yeah, then he'd smoke, and then he'd just leave.
It kind of made me wonder if he was trying to figure out if we saw you too. Yeah, because he was schizophrenic. So,
Yeah, but we were all interacting.
well, like, I didn't believe him at first whenever he said that he was schizophrenic until I saw him interacting with people and, like, trying to introduce me to people that weren't actually there.
Wait, really?
Yeah, like, I didn't believe him until he tried to do that.
That is a pretty good sign, I will say, that someone is schizophrenic. You remember when we were
I mean,
hanging
like,
out
I
with
stuck my hand out for the
when I would
handshake and
smoke?
just said, "Hey, sorry, I can't see you, but nice to meet you." You know?
Yeah, no, like you remember Aiden? He was schizophrenic too, so like whenever we'd smoke, he'd start talking about like fucking demons and shit in here and shit. And I'm like, I don't see anything, man. We would get very high, and he would make me paranoid. Cause I'm like, are these ghosts or these is schizophrenia? The fuck?
Oh yeah, no, he thought that I was schizophrenic at one point because I have a whole bunch of different voices in my head, but what he doesn't realize is I created every single one of those voices to serve a different function, you know, because it's
Yeah,
my
yeah. That's just
thought
how
process.
your weird little mind works. Yeah.
Like my mind's not broken, it's a system that I set in place because it makes it easier for me to track and process
Exactly.
information.
Schizophrenia is a split between thought and emotion.
There was at one point where I
So
started getting
like
confused
opinions
because
change
I was in
constantly.
a really depressed state
Yeah.
and I had a lot of problems in my life. So at one point, I did think that I was crazy because I had a whole bunch of different voices in my head with different names. But it's literally
Exactly.
just like instead of categorizing files on this type of problem or that type of problem, I go this name and voice is the file holder for this type of thing that I need to think about. So now I can
Right.
think
Yeah.
about multiple things at once and keep them separate because they have different voices and different names. And if I run it like a conversation inside my head, then I have,
You're the thinker.
yeah, then I have my own voice inputting information and then two voices spitting it back out,
Hmm.
which is a very confusing
No.
thing.
Yeah.
And I have had therapists think that I was like batshit crazy. And I was like, you can do it too. You just need to wrap your head around my thought process. It's not like I had a mental break. I just
Yeah, shouldn't you
consciously
try
make
to
the decision.
understand your fucking patients? Come on. I
It's
thought that's
like
what this was all about.
it's like I look at people whenever I explain that, and they're like, "You're crazy. Nobody could do that." And I'm like, "You have never been bored."
I mean, yeah, I do be talking to myself too, 'cause it's
Like you
how
have never
I
been bored enough to see the extent of what you can do with your own mind.
yeah, and I think it's important to like say something that is crazy, like say some things out loud, then you'll know how crazy it is. That's the test. Like if you say it out loud, you know,
Yeah, like
then you'll finally hear it, you know.
yeah, it's like I've said that out loud so many times. I know that it sounds crazy, but at the same time, it only sounds crazy because there is mental conditions that mimic that kind of thought process.
Exactly. You need to hear it. You need to hear it outside of
Eh,
yourself.
But you can teach yourself to do it too. I know people that do the same thing. Instead of voices and names, they use what is it, colors and shapes. And then
Oh
I
yeah,
know other
that's
people that use
what is it
sound.
called? I don't know. I forgot what it's called.
Like I met one dude recently that his thoughts, whenever he's thinking about stuff, he doesn't use like words and shit. He uses like just random notes and sounds. Like his thoughts is basically just music, which I thought was really cool.
Really?
I met another person that thinks purely in images, which is pretty cool because I think it,
Ooh.
like if I'm not thinking in just like text form, because
Oh yeah, are you
there's
talking about
always voice.
synesthesia?
Yeah, like there's always voice. If I'm not just thinking in like text, like an audio book, then I'm thinking in a video. I can't think in pictures, you know.
I'm narrating my own life all the time in my head.
Um,
And in public, it's like really hard not to do the Family Guy narrating myself bit.
oh, dude, I do that all the time on accident because I think out loud a lot. Um,
Yeah. Like I hate when I'm in call in public. Just like I look fucking crazy, but I'm talking to people. Like I know I'm not crazy, but I look fucking crazy. You know what I mean?
yeah,
It's a whole thing. But then again,
but yeah, no.
you're only as crazy as you think you are.
At one point, I literally got bored, and I knew that I needed like a system to like categorize things whenever I'm like trying to sort things out. Um, and my buddy at the time,
Yeah.
his sorting out was colors and the shapes, and nobody else that he knew thought like that. So I was like, wait, if his brain thinks like that and everybody else's brain thinks like this, what can I make my brain think like? Because the way that I understand things best is through conversation, you know? So I
Mm.
rigged my mind up to work like a conversation,
Sharing the knowledge. Yeah.
which is also why I get pissed off at teachers because like 9 out of 10 teachers only teach you what's out of the
Mhm.
textbook, but their job is it is to teach you what's in the book, right?
Right,
But
yeah.
their job, because learning requires no teacher, all it requires is interest. The teacher's job is to make you interested, to make the knowledge interesting, you know.
Exactly.
Um,
Good teachers do that. Yeah. I've had some great teachers, but you also you'll like inevitably get some stinkers or so, man, which could
yeah,
sour your probably your whole feelings about education as a whole. And think it has a lesser value and
and
is
then there's some
stupid.
teachers that shouldn't be teachers.
Shouldn't be teachers at all, yeah.
Yeah, like at
Some of
Mingus,
them are bullies, some of them are abusive. Oh my god, don't get me started on
yeah, at
dude.
Mingus,
That
I mean,
fucking you
I
know
don't
that guy that wears
remember.
a kilt and he's bald? I fucking hate that guy.
Oh yeah, no,
He's
that
such
dude.
a cunt.
He was
Such a
cool
fucking
whenever it
cunt.
came to theater, but whenever it came to his English class, I hated him.
Dude, he was an absolute cock in my fucking what was it, like academics class, the class where you just got an A for showing up?
Yeah,
Like I hated that class. I hated everyone in that class,
Oh
dude.
yeah, no,
Everyone was so full of themselves and shit.
can't remember dude's
I
name.
hated it.
Me and him outside of class were like best friends. We got along so well. But
Mm.
in class, he took his job way too seriously.
Yeah, dude. It, I told a joke. Like it was a true story, but it was like formulated as a joke, and he just made it like where he gave me fucking pity and had everyone look at me like I was some kind of freak. Like that pissed me off.
Oh yeah, no, whenever my bumpa died, he did a
It
similar
was
same
used as
thing.
an
I fucking
example. Yeah,
I
I fucking hated that.
whenever I snapped, I was because back then I was like an extremely aggressive person. Um,
Mm,
but the room was also filled with people, and I had a few friends in that class that wouldn't let me do shit like that because they knew that I was that aggressive, you know.
they kept you in check. It's
So
good
I
to have.
basically saw them, and I basically just like yelled at him real quick and walked out because he was saying some stupid shit about
Yeah,
like
dude.
families
It's
don't
rap.
give two shits about people that are dying or blah blah blah. If they
Exactly. He's
if
really
they give them
fucking
a shot to
ignorant,
let
dude.
them die early, and I was sitting there like I was like he had cancer for the second fucking time. Or the first time he had lung
He
cancer, then he had
did.
throat cancer. I was like, this dude couldn't fucking eat food. He could barely fucking breathe. He was begging us to give him the shot, but my fucking Nana wouldn't let us do it. So it isn't that they don't care, it's that other people have different fucking views on it. You know,
It- Yeah, it's a fucking crazy thing.
it's like, in my
Dude,
opinion,
that's crazy.
I mean, we couldn't have given him the shot anyway. It wasn't legal, you know. But in my opinion, if he had asked to just put a bullet in his head, I would have, you know.
I mean, yeah,
Like it's
a
his wish.
dying man's
He was
wish.
literally asking
Yeah,
us to
exactly.
kill him for like the last week of his life. Like,
Jesus. And he lived.
and this dude was over here
Became
talking
a
to his
bigger
class of
chode.
high schoolers about how it's wrong to give somebody that's already dying and begging people to kill them a way out.
What a
Like,
fucking weirdo hypocrite, dude. What the fuck?
I fucking snapped. Like I wanted to beat the shit out
I'd
of
be
him, but I
pissed
looked at my
too,
friend
dude.
and just yelled at him and walked out of the room crying.
Yeah, that guy was a fucking chode, dude. I actually hate that guy. Never let your teacher, like, I
Well,
don't know, like, I just hated his whole vibe, dude.
like take everything with a grain of salt. If your teacher's anything like that, because I've had two teachers at that school that were like that. There was Miss Ventura, which I always thought was
Oh
the
my
funniest
god.
thing. To this day, I
I
still
be hearing
cannot
about
believe
all
that her
that.
last name is Ventura.
Yeah, what kind of a fucking last name is that?
um, but she was like the most sexist teacher on campus. There was another dude that was a super sexist teacher, but whenever I got into the school, he wasn't working there anymore. So I never met him.
Mm.
Um, but I've already told you about her. She's the reason that I wasn't in any history classes. But if you have teachers that,
Mm.
I mean, I was guilty of it. You just kind of let it slide and don't do anything about it until the problem gets too big, and then you
Mhm.
snap. And that's what kids do. But what you should do if you have a teacher that, um, like constantly gets on you about like, oh, your grades are failing or this is failing, and you're not really learning anything with any kind of ease in their class, get a different teacher because it isn't that you're the problem or that you have a learning problem. It's that that teacher isn't able to put it in a way that makes sense to you or interests you in the slightest. So you're not absorbing the information.
Yeah, for me in freshman year for some reason, like after like fifth period, like I was so fucking tired in history class. I literally fell asleep. Like oh, I literally couldn't do it. But I could have sworn that the times I was awake, he tried to be a good teacher, but I don't know, man. I just couldn't hang, man.
Oh, yeah, like they all try to be a good teacher. It's just, I think because of the way that you have to learn to be a teacher, It's kind of taught out of them because if you look at the way the colleges work, you sit at a lecture, they just talk,
Right, yeah.
they tell you
Yeah. Oh,
what's in the book,
yeah. Yep.
but you already know a lot of that information, you know,
That's why you're in the
and you already
class.
have an
Yeah.
interest, so they don't have to make it interesting. You're showing up because you're interested.
Right.
So I think it is kind of taught out of them because kids aren't just naturally interested in that kind of stuff. Like they might be interested in science, but what kind of kid is really interested in math?
Yeah, I'm more interested in it now.
Yeah, like the ones that are interested in it
'Cause
from a young age, they have reasons for it. But if they didn't have that person in their life that was really good at math or that show or that book or whatever they came across, they wouldn't naturally be into math. Something sparked an interest, you know.
oh yeah, math was always a shit show for me.
Like that's why I wanted to go to
I
school.
always hated it.
I wanted to be a music teacher, but that didn't happen. So
Damn. You're not gonna try?
no, Juilliard's way too fucking expensive, man.
Oh, that's fair.
And honestly,
But if you did, would you?
who says that I need to learn 4 core classes to teach somebody 3 scales and how to
That's
express
true.
their
I swear
emotions?
there's a lot of music teachers with no degree.
Because like I've already taught 2 classes. Like I've already spent two
Really?
years of my life teaching. Um, and I was fairly good at it. But I'm the kind of music teacher that's like I'll work with you on the basics and I'll get you all the basics, you know,
Mhm.
and then I'll get you like the gist of what you're supposed to be playing, get your recording so that you know what it's supposed to sound like. And then anytime that you have a
I think we
problem,
should also
you come up.
yeah. Oh yeah, but I think we should ease up on like having like kids fail. Like I feel like, failure is also how we learn.
Oh yeah, no, that's why I love music because
Yeah, exactly.
technically in music there is no such thing as failure, but there is an incorrect way to do it.
I mean, jazz is pure improvisation, but there's still like a rhythm to it.
Oh yeah, no, I write fucking jazz excerpts all the time. I just don't write them
Yeah, see,
down.
you would know. You're the jazz man. You played the saxophone.
I improvise all the time. Like I'll literally walk into
Exactly.
work improvising something. And then if Toby's working, he always either starts laughing or he starts throwing drums or something over it.
He starts beatboxing or like real
Uh,
drums.
no, like he does a weird way of hand boning with like snapping and tapping his wrists and shit together.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he does like the same beat
Ham-bone.
stuff that I do, but he does hand boning in a different way.
Oh shit. Is that like the SpongeBob Now That We're Men song?
He uses his fingers. I use my palms, my thumbs, and my wrist, if that makes any sense.
Oh shit. No, no, yeah, 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 I get it. I'm just imagining you guys dancing around like monkeys.
Yeah, no, like you've seen me fucking sit there and just ham bone, like whenever I get bored. I literally look like a chimpanzee getting ready to go to war. Like,
War, yeah, War the Apes.
yeah, like have you ever seen that? Whenever they're doing that like super big smile and they're just like they're literally ham boning and just like
Yeah, and apparently smile is like a form of like aggression, right?
chimpanzees whenever they smile they're saying I'm number one because they're not
Really?
smiling, they're baring their teeth,
Exactly. So yeah, that
which
like
is
start
why
of a
whenever
fight,
you
right?
see a gorilla because they're constantly at war with chimps, you don't want to smile and show your teeth
Yeah, no.
because it's actually not a good idea to smile and show your teeth at any sort of wild animal because they'll take it as you're baring your teeth at them, like you're picking a fight, whether you're growling or not.
Makes a lot of sense, actually. No, there's a spider in my bed.
I mean, if they know you and you
Never
aren't
mind.
around, they might try to figure out why you're baring your teeth at them, you know.
Right, yeah.
But that's still
Never
how they
even thought
take.
of that.
And also,
We're
to
all
anybody
animals.
that says that like kissing your animals confuses them, only if you get the animal as an adult. Because if you get the animal as a kid, like as an infant,
Hmm.
people show affection by holding and kissing, you know?
Right, yeah.
So like if you look at anybody's animal, that animal's been around people since they were a kid. If you kiss that animal, at first it might get confused, like why are you kissing me? But most of the times whenever they show affection, they'll lick you, right?
Yeah.
That's their equivalent of kissing. Like this one right here, Andy, he didn't he couldn't figure out what I was doing because like he knew that I wasn't like trying to bite him or do any of that or like try to hurt him, and I wasn't trying to get anything.
Right, yeah.
It was just a little show of affection. Uh,
Yeah.
so his little thing is he started biting me, and then once we got over here and he saw Kai was licking me to say hi, now he licks me, and then every once in a while he'll bite or he'll just like press the front of his face up, like bare his teeth and just press his face up.
He's getting there. He's learning.
But yeah, no, like it's honestly funny to me because people think animals are stupid and they're really, really smart. Like they're just as smart as you are.
Yeah, animals can become humans, but they don't feel like it.
Yeah, I mean, like cats have the same vocal cords that we do. You can
Yeah.
actually
And
teach
birds just
a cat
have two of
any
ours.
language that we speak.
Yeah. They have two mouths.
I feel like because I was trying to teach Andy English at one point. Remember when I was asking the cats, like, can you say this? And he would sit there and he'd try to say it, but I can't get him to be vocal anymore. And I don't know why.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not an animal whisperer. I don't think of that shit. Quite like you, David. So maybe you could become a horse whisperer or something. Is that
I
still a
just like
profession?
one of the things that I want to do in my life is get a big property and have a shit ton of animals. Because honestly, I get along better with.
You'd be a farmer. You do. You get you're in your element when you're around animals.
I think it's because animals uh, are less likely to lie than people are,
Yeah.
so I can trust them more. Also, since they aren't using verbal communication, and instead of it being 90% body language is all of it, I can get a really good idea of what they're saying really fast, and I don't have to think about, oh, there's a double meaning, or oh, there's this.
Yeah. So you're not
They also, unlike people,
you're
understand that
not
the
worried.
world works off respect. So if they're mean to you, you're going to be mean to them.
Really, they understand that?
Yeah. Like I was explaining to my dad because he thinks it's the family motto, and I'm like, it is the family motto, and it's not a bad motto to have. Respect first, always. But that's literally just the
Yeah,
one
no, that's a good model.
general rule of thumb. If I walk into your territory and I'm disrespecting your territory, you're gonna attack me.
Isn't that the golden rule?
Yeah, that's why it's like the golden rule: treat people how you want to be treated. It's respect first, always. It's shown everywhere because it's just how the world works.
Yeah. Yeah, that shit's priceless, yo. So to
Like
all
I've
you
been out
viewers out
hunting,
there, be
um,
more
I've been
respectful
walking
for
through
that.
territory. Like I walked through mountain lion territory, which was terrifying because I didn't have a gun. Um,
Jeez.
but
I've
as long
had a
as you're
mountain lion. It
respectful
was domesticated. It
with
had
mountain
big
lions, as
sabers.
long as you
It
aren't like
was crazy.
bricks and trying to run away, they leave you alone. I did it one time in Oregon. It was wolves, and I had a bunch of like little rabbits and shit with me, so I gave them some of it.
Mm.
and I was good. Like,
Damn.
it's literally respect first always. If you aren't looking for problems, you won't find any.
That's a pretty good general rule. Uh, all right.
Anyway, yeah, we gotta end this because it's already 9:24.
Oh shit! Yeah, you gotta get ready for work
Yeah,
and all that stuff. All right.
gotta
Well,
skedaddle, skadoodle,
this has
chuckmaster.
been the Mind Breakers podcast. We hope we have broken your mind, and I hope you come back for when we break it more. When we get more into the swing of things of writing random cool shit down that we can talk about. But we still did because of holidays. So
And
there you
always
go.
remember, no matter what it is, it makes sense. Just use your brain.